Hi, Sid Dobrin here with another Inventive Fishing Gear review. In this review, I'll be taking a look at the Slick. The Slick is a groovy little soft body lure that works as a slow sinking jerkbait. It's designed for inshore fishing in areas like shallow flats, grass flats, estuaries, bays, and marshy areas. It's rigged weedless to better move through shallow water where cover and snags are prevalent. The Slick looks a lot like the trusted Paul Brown devil suspending twitch bait, and the body design is certainly similar. The big difference is that the Paul Brown relies on a dangling treble hook, while the Slick uses a well-secured weedless single hook design, which makes it much more functional in terms of heavy cover retrieves, but it surrenders the bite of the treble hook. Now, that's not necessarily a negative thing, as we all know that the treble hook is not your best option when catch and release fishing. The Slick comes packed with 2 lures and 1 twist-on wide-gapped hook. The dual pack lists for $8.50, and the lure is available in 20 colors. The Slick has pretty good movement in the water, and there's no question that the action attracts the inshore bite. I've had consistent luck with the Slick for speckled trout and redfish. Given that the Slick is made here in my hometown and is sold primarily in local tackle shops, I guess that means that the Slick is meeting local needs pretty well. That said, though, I do have 2 critiques of the Slick. The first is its slow sinking action. I actually think it's inaccurate to refer to this lure as a slow sinking lure, and that in all fairness, the lure ought to be called a really slow sinking lure. In fact, I recommend that if you're going to fish the Slick, bypass the supplied twist-on hook and go with a 1/8 ounce weighted swim bait hook with a screw lock. That bit of weight will increase the sink speed without disrupting the intended action of the lure. Or you can add a pinch weight to the provided hook. I find that fishing the Slick with the supplied hook just requires too much patience in letting the lure drop, and that adding the weight allows you to pick up the retrieve a bit to entice the bite. Without the weighted hook, the lure loses a lot of the action you get with the quicker retrieve because you can't keep it under the surface with an unweighted quick retrieve. My second critique is the material itself. If you've become used to fishing with the durability of TPE plastics, recognize that the Slick is a true soft body and the plastic is not very durable. Short bites will leave you tailless, and the lure has a tendency to rip fairly easily. I think I'd have less of an issue with the integrity of the Slick if the lures weren't about $4 a piece and this fragile. To this end, too, as I become more alert to the problems that anglers are starting to face regarding discarded plastic lures, I'm less keen on having lures that will end up in the landfill only after a few uses than having lures that have longevity. That said, though, the suppleness of the Slick does contribute to its action and the ease with which the weedless hook penetrates the lure on a hook set. Look, I'm not going to extol the Slick as the greatest thing in lure design, but at the same time I'm not condemning it as a bad lure. It is, in fact, a reliable lure that catches fish, and if you're looking for a weedless soft-body swim bait, you might want to check out the Slick, which despite limited exposure in retail settings is available online at theslicklure.com. I hope you found this review to be useful, and I hope you'll check out our other reviews and resources at inventivefishing.com. And be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Fish on!